Welcome to Orlando Attractions Magazine, the show.
Yeah, this week we're taking you to the Transformers ride announcement at Universal.
And I'm going to be taking you to Space Shuttle Atlantis' final journey into its new home at Kennedy Space Center.
Plus all the theme park news, a travel tip, new contest, and much, much more.
So stay tuned because this week's episode of Orlando Attractions Magazine, the show, is starting right now.
All right, let's get to one. Positions, starting 3, 2, 1.
This week's episode of the show is brought to you by Mousefan Travel, an authorized Disney vacation planner. Let them plan your next trip at no extra cost. For a no-obligation, free quote, visit mousefantravel.com. This week's show is coming to you from Theme Park Connection, where you can buy, sell, and trade Disney items and more. Visit their warehouse here in Winter Garden or online at themeparkconnection.com.
Welcome to this week's episode of the show. I'm Banks.
And I'm JL.
Now, of course, this has been a big week in terms of news, but first off, what did you do this week?
Well, I had a busy weekend. Okay. Friday, as you know, we both went to go see the Space Shuttle Atlantis at the Kennedy Space Center. Saturday was a big night for me, too. As a lot of you out there know, I work at Rocco's Tacos and Tequila Bar as a hostess. We celebrated Day of the Dead on Saturday, and it was so much fun. Staff and guests alike came dressed in costume.
Nice.
And we had our faces painted by a makeup artist with the sugar skull look.
Very nice.
And it was packed out. We had a great time. There was quite a few hours during the evening where the wait list for a table was over 2 hours.
To happen in place.
It is, it is.
We got to, personally, my fiance and I, we finalized on a house. So we're going to own our first home. Very excited. It's near Animal Kingdom, so it's perfect distance for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. The other day at Ripley's when I was working, I ran into a man and his family. His name is Daryl Pickett, and he is the voice of the conductor on the Walt Disney World Railroad, the current voice, and also the robot in the Space Mountain interactive games in the queue. He just wrote his first novel. It's a fiction novel. It's based. It's around Christmas time. And if you want to see more information on it, go to the website right here on the screen. The first 3 chapters are available for free. And, you know, support Daryl. He's a great guy. It's fun talking to him. And the book seems like it was a really, really nice book.
Very cool.
Good for kids of all ages.
Awesome.
Definitely. Now, like I said, big week in news. So let's start off with news in the queue. I just want to start off with a little bit of a note. You may or may not know we do shoot our episodes Tuesday mornings here at Theme Park Connection. If you're ever free, come on out and see the show. But sometimes we just don't expect what may be announced a mere 4 hours after we are wrapped with shooting, and exact same thing happened this past week.
That's right, it did. Disney shocked and rocked the galaxy last week when they announced that they have come to an agreement with George Lucas to purchase Lucasfilm. That includes Star Wars and the Indiana Jones franchises.
Don't forget about Howard the Duck.
And they're releasing Star Wars Episode 7 in 2015, followed by a new Star Wars film every 2 to 3 years.
Wow. Did you honestly ever think that you would see a new Star Wars films ever?
Honestly, this one really caught me by surprise. I know that as we have gone along here, Disney has been purchasing really great franchises, Marvel probably being the most recent one, but even, you know, the agreement with the Muppets and all of that.
Pixar as well.
Yes, I did not see this one coming. I really honestly never thought that George Lucas would ever let go of his baby.
And he did, and I think it's the perfect company to do it because there's already been such a long-standing partnership between Disney and Lucasfilm, and it just makes sense. I mean, you have the rides and the Star Wars weekends, and it's just it's perfect.
A natural progression, absolutely, and I agree that if anybody is to take it, he handed it over into the right hands.
Yes, exactly.
But it still was shocking.
Oh no,
I
yeah,
think everyone was surprised.
I was like shaking at work. Like I saw the tweets, and I was just like, oh my God! And now Lucas, he'll be creative consultant on the new films.
He's not gone.
He's not gone completely, but he's going to step back from the director's chair and the writer's table and just let a new generation of people continue the Star Wars saga. We hope that maybe there may be some expansion with the Star Wars Indiana Jones brands in the parks, but
Oh, I do hope so.
nothing specific yet, but just hopes and dreams right now. Maybe a whole Star Wars land at studios.
That's right.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be really awesome.
Now, speaking of Star Wars, the Lego Star Wars Miniland opens tomorrow at Legoland, Florida, so be sure to watch our show next week for a little bit of a report.
Also, the Festival of the Masters is returning to downtown Disney tomorrow through Sunday for its 37th year.
Wow.
Yeah, the Open Air Arts Festival features 150 award-winning artists, sidewalk chalk art, limited edition fine art, photography, glass art, and of course more.
Yes, and other activities include face painting, live music, so much more. And the great thing is this is a free event to attend. Parking's free at downtown Disney. It's free to walk around, see everything. Of course, you have to buy stuff if you're there, but admission's not, you don't have to buy an admission. You just walk right around, enjoy the atmosphere. It's a great thing. And I think this year they have a preview for Epic Mickey 2. There's going to be a booth, and I think I've heard that they're actually going to be selling copies of the game ahead of the release date there.
Don't tell my children.
Bug your mom. Go get the game. Now, over at Magic Kingdom, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party kicks off the holiday season at Disney World starting tomorrow night.
Yay!
It's Christmas already.
I'm going to be there.
I'm going to be there the next Friday.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm going to be there on my birthday.
Well, look at you. Special entertainment includes Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade, holiday wishes, live entertainment, meet and greets with rare characters, and a lot more. It's such a fun party, and can't forget about the free hot cocoa and cookies.
Or the dance parties.
Exactly.
And the parades. And the shows.
Yes.
It's a lot going on there.
A lot.
You don't want to miss it.
Now, New Fantasyland has been soft opening throughout after-hour Magic Kingdom parties. But check, if you're at the event, be sure to check and see if it's open because you never know.
It could happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll be worth it if it does.
It's beautiful at night.
Now, don't forget to head out to Disney's Hollywood Studios for the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights on the Streets of America nightly starting tomorrow night.
I love this event. I'm actually really personally friends with the Osborne family. A little bit of a personal back history with me and the Lights is I grew up in Texarkana. We're just about two and a half hours away from Little Rock, which is where the Osborne family is originally from, and where they started this display way back in the early 90s.
Right.
And I remember my grandparents taking me to see the Lights at their house at the original display when I was a kid. And then we were going to go the next year, but then they nixed it. Like the state of Arkansas said, you can't do that. It's bugging the neighbors. You have to shut it down. Then Disney came calling. They moved it over to Hollywood Studios, or then MGM Studios. And then come 2008, here I am at Disney, and I'm working the event. And it's just like full circle. From going there as a kid to working the event. Osborne's heard about that story, and we quickly became friends. So I hope to be able to see Breezy and Mitzi when they come down for the Lights this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It was, and of course, last year Jennings Osborne unfortunately passed away. We miss him very, very much, but his spirit lives on in the Lights, and new things are always added every year, including Goofy's Winter Wonderland this year with Santa Mickey in the Tri-City Square. So be sure to check that out next time you're there.
I am looking forward to that.
You always go there?
I do. Every single year we make it out a few times. One of the things I like about it best is it's included in the park price.
Exactly.
You don't have to pay something extra to experience this Christmas event.
Oh yes, and it is a beautiful event, over 5 million lights, so check it out. Half a dozen rock and roll bands will be taking the stage this Sunday at Old Town's first annual Little Darlings Rock and Roll Concert. Now, bands to be featured include The Coasters, Rockin' Robin, Joey D, and more. Tickets will be sold at the door for $25.
Are you an oldies fan?
I am an oldies fan. I used to listen to the oldies station as a kid, the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And that kind of music is still fun to listen to.
Yeah, I was subjected to it as a child as well.
Yeah. I didn't hate it, but, I didn't mind it.
No, I came to love it, but it
Yeah.
definitely had to grow on me.
Yeah.
Well, Epcot's Food and Wine Festival comes to an end this weekend.
Man.
But you can see Dennis DeYoung of Styx in concert tonight. And then Big Bad Voodoo Daddy
I love them.
tomorrow through Monday.
Yes. Now, the Florida Mall is getting into the holiday spirit with a Radio Disney party next Thursday, November 15th from 11 to 1. So check it out. There'll be interactive games along with favorite holiday songs from Radio Disney. It'll take place in the JCPenney courtyard, and it's free to attend.
We always love free.
We love free. Now, another big announcement that happened this past week.
Huge.
It's a huge announcement, but it was actually the worst kept secret in Orlando, I think. And Universal actually kind of admitted it too on their Facebook page. Transformers is officially coming to Universal Orlando summer 2013. We were there with Scarlett at the announcement on the lagoon. They did an awesome little thing. So we hope that you'll wait. What's going on with the video? Hey, hold on. What's going on?
Prepare for incoming transmission. Keep this channel clear. Stand by and await orders. Incoming transmission imminent.
You will relive the imagination, wonder, and emotion of Universal's greatest cinematic moments. 100 years ago, Carl Laemmle began what has become the great...
Attention, please. Prepare to receive an incoming transmission. Satellites have realigned. Transmission in T-minus 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Humans, you are in grave danger. I am Optimus Prime. I must warn you that at this very moment, the Decepticons are mobilizing to take over Orlando. Their plan is to destroy the human race. They will ravage your planet like they did our own, until it is consumed with death. But hope is not lost. We can rise against evil and defeat Megatron, but we cannot do it alone. Humans, we need your help to defend mankind before it is too late. Orlando, the time has come to prepare for battle. Earth, and soon you will all perish.
Be advised that the lights surrounding Universal Studios Lagoon will dim, so that you may fully experience our centennial celebration.
With Senior Vice President for Universal Creative, Terry Coop. Now, Terry, tell us about what we've got going on here tonight.
Well, we're super excited. We were just announcing tonight that we're bringing the Transformers attraction to life here at Universal Orlando Resort. And it's already a widely known, super popular attraction in Singapore, in Hollywood. It has broken records. It has set the new standard for 3D rides. And it's going to open here at Universal Orlando in summer 2013.
And is the attraction we're going to see here going to be different than the ones that are already existing, or is it going to be the same?
It's pretty much going to be the same ride experience, the same storyline, with some minor changes to the exterior of the building, and some of the pre-show facility is a little bit different, but overall, same story, same characters, same great action. I mean, fantastic characters. It's all there.
That's outstanding. And you said that Steven Spielberg and Michael Bay have both been working with you guys very heavily on this project, correct?
Steven Spielberg is our creative consultant on all the parks and attractions, so he was involved at the very beginning. And Michael Bay was really close to this this design and this attraction throughout the whole process. Yeah.
And what can we expect to see? This building here is definitely very different. It's right in the middle of everything, as opposed to in Hollywood. Is the exterior of the building going to be different?
The theming of the building is going to be very different. It's going to be really cool. I mean, in Hollywood, we're talking more about a soundstage with a graphic. This is going to be very themed, and we're going to see giant Optimus Prime and some other things on the building. You know, it's going to be great.
It's finally official. Transformers: The Ride 3D is coming to Universal Orlando. I am so excited for this ride. I've been out to Hollywood. I got to experience it out there. It's an absolutely outstanding attraction. As you can see, the meet and greet characters are amazing. I'm so excited for it to be here in Orlando for all of us to experience. Summer 2013, prepare for battle.
Now, this week's tip may help you get home from the Magic Kingdom a bit faster. If you're leaving the park and you see huge lines for the express monorail or the boat, you can take the resort monorail back to the Ticket and Transportation Center. You don't have to be a resort guest to ride it, but just be aware that it does make a couple of stops at the resorts before stopping at the Ticket and Transportation Center. However, it may still be faster than waiting in a huge line at the park for the express monorail.
The next time you plan a Disney vacation, book with a travel agency that's been specifically designated as an authorized Disney vacation planner. Unlike some other agencies, many of our agents' exclusive knowledge of Walt Disney World can help you get the most out of your vacation. And the assistance of our travel professionals can help you get a customized Disney vacation that's just right for you, your family, and your budget. Start planning your magical vacation today by visiting mousefantravel.com.
Now, this past week, we got to go out to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex to see the final journey of the Space Shuttle Atlantis, and it was an emotional experience, to say the least, and it was your first time ever out there, right?
It was my first time at the Kennedy Space Center. As weird as that sounds, growing up in Florida, I have never been to it before, and I was a little bit taken aback by how emotional it actually was.
I mean, yeah, it was an end of an era, in all honesty. So.
And it was a very palpable feeling while you were there, and to be amongst, you know, astronauts, men who have actually put their feet on the moon, and to see something of that size that has actually been in space. I just wasn't ready. I thought I was going to be there and see a nice little rocket ship and have a good time, but I guess, you know, let's go ahead and roll the tape and you can see what it was that we saw there.
We're here at Kennedy Space Center Exploration Park. Today marks the day of the final journey of Space Shuttle Atlantis as it moves to its permanent location at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Let's have a look around at all the exciting things going on at this historic event. Guys, have we wrapped our minds around the fact that this thing has actually been in space? It's kind of a big deal. I'm sort of at a loss for words right now. Well, folks, it's begun. We're seeing Space Shuttle Atlantis take the last leg of its 9+ mile journey. Wow. This thing is built like a tank. It's on its last leg of its journey to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're seeing the closing of a chapter of space exploration for us that's lasted about 3 decades, and the ushering in of a new one. As the old space exploration program makes its final journey, the new one is just about to begin. Welcome to the future of space exploration, SpaceX. On May 25, 2012, SpaceX made history when its Dragon spacecraft became the first commercial vehicle in history to successfully attach to the International Space Station. Since Space Shuttle Atlantis is on its way now to the visitor complex, so are we. So let's head on over so we can get there for its arrival. Well, we're here at the visitor complex for the final stretch of Space Shuttle Atlantis. And walking in front of the shuttle are 30 astronauts from the many missions in NASA's history. At the risk of sounding melodramatic, we're watching history in the making. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. In just a few minutes, Space Shuttle Atlantis is going to be making its final turn into its new home. So let's head over to the new construction site and check it out. Right behind me is the new home for Space Shuttle Atlantis. As you can see by the big, huge open space, this thing is ginormous, certainly big enough to house a shuttle. And guys, I got to meet Buzz Aldrin. This man, his feet were on the moon at one point, and he's been in Transformers 3, and he's the namesake for Buzz Lightyear. Well, it certainly has been a historic day here at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It's definitely one that I will never forget. The Space Shuttle Atlantis has landed for the last time.
This week's Hidden Mickey is at the Contemporary Resort. You can find him from the 6th floor outdoor balcony closest to the front of the hotel. Look left to see Mickey sitting on the edge of a roof below. This Mickey can also be spotted from either monorail just outside the hotel. If you're on the resort monorail, you have to bend down to view Mickey through the lower part of the window. If you're on the express monorail going to the Magic Kingdom, look to the right of forward motion, and you'll see Mickey sitting on the roof. It's a great one. It's been there a long time, and it's worth the effort to find him.
With Epcot's Food and Wine Festival coming to a close, we thought it would be fitting to bring you an interview with one of the bands that was performing in the Eat to the Beat concert series.
Our friend Sean Bono from the Waltcast podcast got to interview Sister Hazel a couple weeks ago at the Eat to the Beat concert series, and here's his interview backstage at the concert.
I'm here at backstage at the American Gardens Theater with Ken and Jeff from Sister Hazel. How you guys doing?
We're great, man. Good to see you. What's up? Good to see you.
And you guys have both done Waltcast before, and I'm very happy that you could join us to do Waltcast attractions. And you guys have done this show now for 5 or 6 years?
5 years, I think.
Half a decade, at least half a decade.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing 3 nights. You only did 2 nights last year. I do not know why they only had you do 2 nights, but now you're doing 3.
We kind of bounced back and forth, like 2 and then 3 and then 2. And this year they offered us 2 and then came back and said, I think we want to do 3. So we were thrilled because this is the one show all year where all of us get to bring our significant others and all our kids. And so backstage looks a lot more like Romper Room than it did our rock and roll heyday of debauchery.
Well, one of the questions I was going to ask is, you guys, these are like family shows for you guys. Do you kind of make it like a mini vacation when you guys come down here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. We have like designated pool days where we all get together at the pool and try to, we play chicken until one of our kids almost drowns and stuff. It's great. We get the bad parent award for like leaving them at the pool for hours.
It's like Caddy Day from Caddy
yeah.
Shops, yeah.
Except for the baby Ruth.
No,
it's
baby
real.
Ruth. The baby
when
Ruth
it's
is
us.
real in this thing. No, it's great. He's right. I mean, all the kids they're back there now. It's so much fun because we really don't get to do that anywhere else where they're all kind of here.
Yeah, and we set milestones, not in music anymore, more so in when our kids can ride certain roller coasters.
That's right.
Like my son got to ride he was 48 inches, so he got to go rock and roller coaster. So he hit like the rock mark,
That's right.
Yeah. But anyways,
Do you
good
guys?
stuff.
Now you guys have new music coming out, right? You've been doing some newer songs this year.
Yeah, we're all writing like crazy. Again, it's one of my favorite things about our band is that.
You gestured to me. Is it
to our
favorite thing
band? From here to here, our band. Everyone's writing so much, and it's so nice to keep evolving and keep getting excited about new music and stuff. And so, yeah, we're gearing up to get back in the studio here. In fact, we're going to do some tracking in November, and then as we roll into the new year, and hopefully have something finished pretty soon in the new year.
And you guys have the Rock Boat in February?
Yeah, end of February into March 1st. This year we've got a couple great bands we're really excited about. Need to Breathe is on there for their second year. They were on 2 years ago. We've got a new Brandy Carlisle.
Ooh, yeah.
Not Belinda Carlisle, who I thought it was at first. I was thinking Go-Go's are coming, but that's not how. It's Brandy Carlisle, who's very legit, awesome, and old friends like Will Hogue and who else? Some of the others. Anyways, yeah, it's our 13th year. We're on a new ship, NCL, going out of Miami this year, leaving the 24th and going to a couple islands. We're going to have shows on the islands this year, so it's going to be cool.
Yeah, private island, setting up a huge stage out there. Yeah. You can float around in the clear water and listen to live music all day. That's about as good as it gets. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Any chance of getting a House of Blues show again next year?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I would guess early in the year we'll be doing a House of Blues show.
Awesome. It's becoming like an annual thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you so much. SisterHazel.com and Twitter.com/SisterHazelBand.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
Right.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. It's a small world after all.
Well, it's time for this week's contest. Now, for last week's contest, we asked you the name of the actor from The Nightmare Before Christmas that Nicole interviewed at Spooky Empire, and we wanted to know what part he played. Thanks for your responses. The answer was Chris Sarandon, who does the voice of Jack. The winner of the Retro Style Theme Park Connection shirt and an original shirt used in the Disney film The Game Plan from Theme Park Connection is Elisa Aviles from Boca Raton, Florida.
Yes, and on all caps, she said, "He is the voice of Jack Skellington and his name is Chris Sarandon. Love the show."
And we love your enthusiasm.
Yes, we do. Now, for this week's contest, we're giving away 4 tickets to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. To enter to win, just tell us the names of the 2 sponsors of our show.
You're going to send your answer along with your full name and address for this week's contest to info@attractionsmagazine.com and answer by the end of the day next Monday, November 12th, 2012. You can only enter once per week and you can only win once per year.
Now it's time for your shout-outs. First shout-out goes to James and Jen Brace, who brought their 2 children, Callie and Logan, to Disney World all the way from the UK for their first time last week. Also, happy birthday to Connor O'Brien from Duxbury, Massachusetts.
Now it's time for some Twitter shout-outs. Shout out to Isobel Kerr and her husband Stephen, who watch the show every week from Northern Ireland.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yes, and the Orlando Day Trips Examiner. A special shout-out also goes to Caitlin Amanda, who recently ran into our show scriptwriter Anthony.
Oh, there you go.
Theme Parks Buzz, who I tweet with regularly at this point.
Yep.
Eric Scharf, Robert Ashburn, Christy Forbush, and Mike
Sperduto. And lastly, we can't forget the Adam
Cannot
Roth.
forget Adam Roth.
No, not at all. Love Adam. Now, next shout out goes goes from David Rapinski to his Papa Tom and Grandma Debbie, who take him every year to Disney World. That's awesome.
Bless their hearts. Now a shout out to Susan, Rick, Allison, Phil, Andrew, and their children Bobby, Leon, Elise, and they're all visiting the Orlando area this upcoming week. We hope you have fun.
Have fun, definitely. Now our last shout out goes to Maxine, Paige, Charlotte, Aaron, and Maya from Matt, who visited Orlando back in January for the first time and are coming back again late next year.
I'm sure we're all looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. A special thanks to Mouse Fan Travel, an authorized Disney vacation planner. Let them plan your trip at no extra cost. For a free, no obligation quote, visit mousefantravel.com.
And thanks to Theme Park Connection, where you can buy, sell, and trade Disney and theme park items. Visit their warehouse here in Winter Garden or online at themeparkconnection.com.
If you enjoy the show, please visit our sponsors. Let them know that you watch the show, because this show just wouldn't be possible without them.
Now remember, you can watch the show each and every week on YouTube, iTunes, and Bright House Cable TV, channel 300 in Central Florida and 340 in Tampa. Also be sure to visit attractionsmagazine.com for news and videos throughout the week, and to subscribe to our print magazine. The fall issue is available in print and in our iPhone and iPad apps. It's also available on the Nook for Android devices.
Also follow us on Twitter at Attractions and at Attractions Show, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/attractionsmagazine. Now, come to the end of the show this week, and we just want to, our hearts and prayers are out to everyone, all of our fans, and all people that were affected by the Superstorm Sandy on the East Coast this past week. We hope you're doing well out there and staying safe.
Yes.
Also, a little bit of a save the date, Wednesday, November 28th, over at the Sleuths Comedy Dinner Show on iDrive, there's going to be a fundraiser hosted by our host Ali, benefiting a little girl who's going through cancer treatment right now. So we hope you save the day. We'll have more details about this in coming weeks, so we hope you make it out for that.
I hope so. And if you all aren't able to make it out here to Orlando soon, this weekend, we hope that you will make it out to the movie theaters. Go see Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
#1 in the box office.
Exactly.
But regardless of whether you're able to go out to the movie, we do hope that whatever you do, you go out and you have fun.
I'm going to wreck it. I can fix it.
Secret blooper of the week.
I told you to start it off.
I thought you were going to do it. You don't have to be a resort guest to ride it, and
you can only enter once per week, and you can only win once per year.
But Banks, what are they answering?
I already said earlier. It was name the 2 sponsors.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, you should pay attention to the show. Now, it's time for your shout-outs. First shout-out goes to James and Jen Brace, who brought their 2 children, Callie and Logan, to Disney World all the way from the UK for the first time last week.
I'm sure they're lovely children. I would have bought them as well.